Horizon Kids!
Woo! Oh, my voice cracked.
Yeah, it did. Welcome to vlog number 28.
Whoa. Getting real high.
It is.
Nice. Awesome. So glad you can join us.
Well, as always, if you're not already, make sure that you are subscribed to our YouTube channel. Give us a like if you're enjoying this video, and tell your friends about the Horizon Kids YouTube channel. We want everyone to come join the fun.
Come join the party. So good.
So good. Yeah, we mentioned a couple times that maybe a fun idea for you guys could be to get some friends. If there's some friends or family in your bubble, in your family's kind of people that you hang out with, get together with them and watch the Sunday vlog together. Make it kind of like a hangout thing, and then you can even take the discussion questions at the end and you can
chat about them.
Talk with each other about them. Pretty fun.
Pretty cool.
Not a bad idea. Well, why don't we start off the vlog with our
Weird holiday.
This week's weird holiday is 2 days from now?
What date is the weird holiday?
The 22nd.
Yes.
Okay. So on Tuesday, it is a very exciting one. Elephant Appreciation Day.
Aww.
You know, that's an elephant.
Is that kind of, yeah?
Yep.
Or maybe a better one. Is that better? The second one better? First one?
No.
Okay.
It's hard to tell. Did you know that elephants used to be my favorite animal?
Oh, that's cool. Is it narwhals now, after we talked about them a few weeks ago?
No.
They're like elephants of the sea. I guess they're more like rhinos of the sea.
Yeah.
Anyway.
A little bit.
Or unicorns of the sea.
That's what people say, yeah, they're the unicorns of the sea. Yeah, no, I used to be obsessed with elephants when I was a kid.
What did you love about them?
I don't know, they were just really big and I was really small, so maybe that was a thing, but I just really liked them. I did a speech in school all about elephants. Yeah, any opportunity I could, I talked about elephants.
Cool.
I had lots of little elephant trinkets and stuff, a whole collection. It was a thing. It was a big thing.
Fascinating.
So to celebrate Elephant Appreciation Day, I thought that we would share some interesting facts about elephants with you guys. So I found 10 facts on the World Wide Web, which we all know is completely
That's what adults call the
trustworthy.
internet. Yeah.
First interesting fact about elephants. An elephant's trunk weighs up to 400 pounds, but it can pick up things as small as a single grain of rice.
Wow. What's 400 pounds in kilos?
I don't know.
Hey Siri. What's 400 pounds in kilograms?
400 pounds is 181.44 kilograms.
Wow. Look at
181.
That's really heavy.
kilograms.
Wow.
And that's just the trunk. So,
Yeah. That's really heavy. Wow.
right?
Cool. Fact number 2. Elephants can recognize themselves in the mirror. They join humans, apes, and dolphins as the only animals with self-awareness. Oh, I didn't know elephants were as well. I knew dolphins and humans.
I did.
Obviously humans.
Obviously humans, yeah.
I
didn't know about any of them
Yeah.
that could. But I was wondering how do you find that out? How would
I guess you just give
know?
them a really big mirror and they work it out somehow. I don't know. Our cat isn't that clever because
No.
she tries to attack the cat in the mirror because she thinks it's a different cat.
She thinks there's just another cat in the house that's only in that one spot where the mirror is, and she fights with it all the time.
Oh, meek. She's probably doing that right now, just in the other room.
She's not as smart as elephants.
No.
Okay, third fact. They are afraid of bees. Farmers
Makes sense.
even use beehives to deter elephants from coming onto their land.
Wow.
In my head, I pictured a farmer here, and I was like, well, that's a weird thing for a farmer to think to do. But I guess it'd be farmers in Africa and stuff.
Well, I don't know, maybe the farmers are just really good at it here, and that's why you don't see elephants on farms here.
Yeah, maybe. But isn't it funny that they're afraid of bees? Of all things, it's so so small.
Maybe they try and like fly up the trunk and like sting them on the inside of the trunk, then they can't get out. Maybe. Next fact. Elephants are pregnant for 22 months. That's almost 2 years. It's the longest gestation period of any mammal.
Gestation period means like the length of pregnancy.
That's crazy. That's so long.
Right?
Yeah.
22 months. Yeah, almost 2 years to be pregnant for. They only give birth to like one at a time, which...
Wow.
So it's like 22
they don't have
months.
Twins.
And they don't have like multiple, like litters, you know, like some mammals have litters. But elephants don't. They only have
a long time per elephant.
Right? It's a lot of work. And when an elephant baby is born, this is the 5th fact, they weigh up to 260 pounds at birth.
Whoa. Hey Siri. What's 260 pounds in kilograms?
260 pounds.
Oh, there you go. 118 kilos.
Whoa.
That's really heavy.
Yeah.
That is...
So that's how much they weigh at birth.
That's so much. That is that's like 2 humans.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense because they're pregnant for 22 months. So
Wow.
I guess that's a lot of time to grow. Crazy. Okay, what's the 6th fact?
Next fact is that the oldest elephant on record lived to be 86 years old. That's pretty old. That's like old human levels.
I know. I thought that was interesting because I didn't actually realize what the lifespan of an elephant typically was.
No. I guess I just never really thought about it.
86 years old is, like a little less than human years.
Yeah.
Typical lifespan.
Cool. Okay, next one.
7th fact. They are the only mammals that can't jump. Even when they're running, elephants always have at least 1 foot on the ground.
I guess they're that heavy.
Yeah. I always knew that elephants couldn't jump, but I didn't realize that they were the only mammals that couldn't jump.
Can't think of any other mammals.
Like a hippo?
Is that a mammal?
Yeah. Doesn't lay eggs.
I guess they can jump.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you think they do swan dives into the water?
Like in Madagascar.
Oh, I haven't watched that recently.
Yeah, but that's what the hippo does.
It jumps? Oh, it dives?
She does like, I don't know, like water dancing. Anyways.
Okay, next fact. They can use their trunks as snorkels when they swim. That's pretty cool.
Isn't that hilarious? Like, how useful is that?
It's very useful.
Like a little periscope.
I feel like there's another cartoon movie where they do that. It's like a trailer, like a whole long line of
Tarzan. It's Tarzan.
Is it Tarzan?
I think it is, yeah.
The little baby elephants doing that?
Yeah. Because I know I've seen cartoons do that, but I didn't actually know if that was based off of real life.
Yeah.
Turns out it is.
Nice.
Where are we? We've got number 9. They can spend 16 hours a day eating.
Oh, me too.
I know. I thought this one was interesting because I was like, yeah, Jacob, I think you can probably spend 16 hours a day eating too.
Wow, that's impressive. I think they might be beating me there though, Carly.
Maybe, maybe just.
Wow.
But you weren't 260 pounds at birth, so I guess that makes sense.
Okay, and final one. African bush elephants are the largest land animals in the world. They can weigh up to 13,000 pounds. Ready? Ready for the conversion? Hey Siri, what's 13,000 pounds in kilograms?
13,000 pounds is 5,896.7 kilograms.
Wow.
Wow. So that's almost 6 tons.
That's crazy.
What weighs 6 tons?
I knew that elephants were the largest, but I didn't realize how big they were.
That's like a huge truck, like towing something. Or like one of those big camper vans.
Wow.
I think, maybe.
So there you go. Hopefully you learned something new about elephants today as we celebrate Elephant Appreciation Day on Tuesday. So hey, you can go to school and you can be like, hey guys, on Tuesday you can be like, hey guys, it's Elephant Appreciation Day. Do you want to know some facts about elephants? And then
they can see themselves in the mirror and they recognize themselves. Crazy.
Super cool. Awesome. Well, we've got a few birthdays. A few people that we want to give some birthday shout outs to.
Yeah, we do.
Very exciting.
4 birthdays. Yep.
4 birthdays. First of all, turning 6 this week. Happy birthday to Cadence.
Happy birthday, Cadence. Hope you have a great week. Next up, we have Lydia, turning 10.
Woo!
Hope you have a great birthday, Lydia. Great to see you.
So good. Yeah, I hope it's a really good day. Turning 10, hitting those double digits.
Yeah.
Man, that's awesome.
That's awesome. And next up,
Then we've got
turned 11, we have
Ethan.
So good.
Happy birthday, Ethan.
Happy birthday.
And last but certainly not least, turning 12 is
Hazel.
Happy birthday, Hazel. And happy birthday to all of those people who we just mentioned. If you know them, make sure you give them a call, send them a message, let them know that they are special and loved and celebrated on their birthday.
So good. Awesome. Well, this month's theme, we are talking about block party. Everyone's invited. And that's why we keep encouraging you guys to invite your friends, to get them watching with you.
That's right.
Because you never know who's going to be impacted by the message of Jesus
Exactly.
today.
Yeah.
So good.
And we've been looking all month long about what the Bible has to say about friendship, which is using your words and actions to show others you care.
So good.
And it's such a great topic, especially as we're in the month of September, we're back to school. And, you know, while math and science and spelling and stuff is really important, knowing how to be a good friend and knowing how to find good friends is equally as important, maybe
Very
even more.
important.
And the Bible actually has a lot to say about it. So we wanted to help you guys out and show you what the Bible says, and hopefully that will help you as you start your school year and make new friends and all of that. So the verse in the Bible that we are looking at all month long is Proverbs 17:17. It says, "A friend loves at all times. They're there to help when trouble comes."
So good. And our bottom line today for this vlog is friends encourage one another. So we're going to check out our Bible story video now, and then we're going to hear a message, and we'll see you back again after those.
Come on, Haley, you've got this. Yes! You ever notice with games like this, there's never really a winner. There just seems to be one big loser. That's how I feel with most games. It doesn't seem to matter how much I practice, I can't ever seem to win. It's true with everything. Badminton, lawn bowling, frisbee golf. It can be kind of discouraging. I need a little cheering up, which is where friendship comes in. Friendship is using your words and actions to show others you care. Sometimes it helps to have friends around to kind of be like cheerleaders. Come on, Haley, hit that birdie over the net all the way to Camp Birdie. You've got this, Haley. Concentrate. Concentrate. Okay. Yeah! Woo! I knew you could do it. Woo! A little encouragement goes a long way. And in today's story, you'll learn about two guys whose friendship was built on encouragement.
The Bible. It's 66 books of history, stories, letters, and poetry that fit together to form God's one big story. The epic adventure of how He created us and loves us so much that He made a way to rescue us. As we travel through the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation, we discover people who met God and found their lives changed forever. And now for an amazing story. Inspired by the book of 1 Kings, chapter 19.
For many years, God's people were ruled by kings who refused to listen to God. So God sent prophets to speak His words. One was a man named Elijah.
I serve the Lord.
Elijah did amazing things through God's power, like calling for rain after 3 years of drought and bringing a dead boy back to life. But being a prophet was a lonely, difficult life. After the evil queen Jezebel threatened his life, Elijah fled to Mount Horeb.
God, I've been committed to you, but the people have turned their backs on me. I am the only prophet left.
God already had an answer to Elijah's pleas. A friend. Go back the way you came. Anoint Elisha from Abel Meholah as the next prophet after you. So Elijah tightened his belt and set out along the road. When he finally reached the town, he noticed several young men plowing with a dozen pair of oxen, and in the very last field he noticed one of the young men struggling to keep his oxen in line.
Get up there, Ham. Move along, Burger.
God, is that Elisha? He's just a small town kid. What does he have? Does he have what it takes to be a prophet?
But God had chosen Elisha, so Elijah tramped through the muddy field to greet the young man.
Elisha!
Elisha blinked in surprise when he saw the prophet.
Whoa, Burger.
Elijah marched right up to Elisha and threw his very own cloak over the young man's shoulders. It was a sign that God had chosen Elisha to be Elijah's assistant.
Me? You're choosing me?
Elijah turned and walked away. Elisha dropped the reins and ran after.
Wait. Just let me say goodbye to my family. Then I'll come with you.
Go right ahead. I'm not making you do anything.
Yes, sir.
Right then and there, Elisha broke apart his plow and used the wooden pieces to start a fire. He cooked a meal and called all his family and friends over to share it with him.
I'm leaving to travel with Elijah. Goodbye, everyone.
Then Elisha set out on the road beside Elijah.
I don't really know how to be a prophet, or even a prophet's assistant.
That's okay. You'll learn.
So over the years, Elisha followed Elijah everywhere as a close companion and good friend, and he watched and listened intently as Elijah spoke God's words to powerful kings and did incredible things. One day, Elisha and Elijah left the town of Gilgal on the way to Bethel, and they both knew that God was about to do something very breathtaking. God was going to take Elijah up to heaven.
Stay here, Elisha. The Lord has sent me to Bethel.
Elisha wasn't about to leave his friend to go it alone.
As sure as the Lord and you are alive, I won't leave you.
At Bethel, the same thing happened.
Stay here, Elisha. The Lord has sent me to Jericho.
As sure as the Lord and you are alive, I won't leave you.
It happened once again in Jericho.
Stay here, Elisha. The Lord has sent me to the Jordan River.
As sure as the Lord and you are alive, I won't leave you.
You do realize you're repeating yourself.
Together, Elisha and Elijah reached the banks of the Jordan River. The waters flowed dark and deep. Elijah removed his coat and rolled it up. And then he struck the river. Immediately, the waters parted to the right and left. Elisha and Elijah walked across the river on dry ground. They reached the opposite bank.
Tell me, what can I do for you before I'm taken away?
Elisha didn't want to lose his friend and mentor, Elijah, but he'd learned many things in the last few years.
Please, give me a double share of the Spirit God has given you.
Only the Lord can do that. But if you see me when I'm taken away, that means you will receive what you've asked for.
Elisha nodded, and the two men walked on in silence. Suddenly, a wild wind whipped up, and a chariot and horses appeared, blazing with fire.
Elijah.
The flaming chariot flew down right between the two men. It caught up Elijah and carried him up to heaven, driven by a strong wind.
Elijah, you are like a father to me.
Elisha stared into the sky until the last breath of wind and the final hint of flame were gone. Then in great sorrow, he tore his own clothes.
My best friend is gone.
Glancing down at the ground, he saw Elijah's coat. Carefully, he picked it up.
I wonder.
Elisha hurried back to the bank of the Jordan River. Again, the water flowed hard and fast. On the opposite bank, a group of prophets from Jericho watched.
Look, there's Elisha. But where's Elijah?
Across the river, Elisha twisted up Elijah's coat. He called out in a loud voice,
Where is the power of the Lord? Where is the power of the God of Elijah?
Then Elisha struck the water just as Elijah had done. And just like what happened before, the waters parted to the right and left. The prophets from Jericho stared in amazement as Elisha crossed the river on dry land.
The spirit God gave to Elijah has been given to Elisha.
It was true. Elisha had been faithful to follow and learn from Elijah for many years, and now God's spirit was with Elisha just as it had been with his friend.
One way to be a good friend is to just be there when they need you. Look at today's story. Elisha was there for Elijah right to the very end. And even after he died, Elijah's spirit was with Elisha. Now, I don't know exactly how Elijah's spirit was with Elijah, but it sounds pretty cool. Jesus said God would send a friend to always be there for us. The Holy Spirit is the ultimate friend. He gives you wisdom when you're confused, strength when you're feeling weak, and encouragement when you need it the most. That's the kind of friend we should be. You can cheer your friend on when they play sports, or even if they have an audition, or a hard test. You can give someone a shoulder to cry on when they've had a rough day or when something sad happens. Sometimes it's best not to say anything and to just be there for your friend. Just think of how you'd like someone to encourage you if you felt that way. So here's the one thing to remember today. Friends encourage one another. Encouragement may not make problems go away or make people any better at games, but it can remind them that they're loved and that they're not alone. And sometimes that's enough. So, you are gonna be so good at this! Woo! Bye!
Hey everyone! We're talking again this week all about friendship. I hope you've been learning a lot this month about what it means to find good friends and to be a good friend. And I hope it's been helping you as you've begun this new school year. So I have a question for you today. Have you ever experienced a time where you were feeling like you were going through something alone and you didn't really have anyone there with you to help? If you can think of a time like that, maybe write it down in your journal or on a sticky note or a piece of paper or something like that. Somewhere where you can have it written down, keep it in your mind as we look at today's Bible story. So we just watched our Bible story video, which talked about two friends who we can read about in the Old Testament book of 2 Kings. And these friends are Elijah and Elisha. You know, at the start of the story, Elijah was in a pretty rough spot. He was carrying the message of God alone, and he truly believed that he was the only prophet left. This was a tough job and a really lonely job too, and I think he was probably starting to feel pretty discouraged. But then, God brought Elisha into his life, and the two of them carried the message of God together, really for the rest of Elijah's life. Elisha was a source of encouragement for Elijah when he needed it the most, because he was feeling discouraged and lonely, and then a friend came into his life, and that encouraged him to keep going and keep pressing on and to not give up. And that's what the encouragement of a friend can do. So at the start of this message, I asked you to think of something that you had to do on your own that would have been easier if you had help. So maybe it was something like a really difficult science project at school, and you were really worried about the grade you were getting, but it was really hard. Or maybe it was studying for a huge math test that you're really nervous about and you're not so great at this subject and in math, and you just felt like you were alone in it. Or maybe it was when you had to move out of the home that you grew up in to go to a brand new house, a new neighborhood, new school, and everything. And you were really scared and you felt really alone. Or maybe it was when your family was fighting with each other and you wanted it to stop, but you didn't know how to help. Some of these things can feel awfully lonely. But when you know that someone else is there with you, that can be the encouragement you need just to make it through. And that's why it's so important to have friends in your life who will be there for you. We can't do these things alone, and we were never supposed to do these things alone. Like we talked about in the very first week of September, the Bible even says that two are better than one. We can't do this alone, and we need each other. And that's what friends are for. But it's easy for us to think about ourselves as the Elijah of the situation and wonder where our Elisha is. You know, we probably wonder who's going to come and encourage us when we're down. But I think it's really important to consider how we might get to be an Elisha to others, to help encourage them along the way when things get tough for them too. So here's a question for you. When has someone encouraged you? Consider who has been an Elisha for you and what they did to encourage you. And then think about how you can be an Elisha to someone else and who that might be. So let's pray together before we finish up. Dear Jesus, thank you for your word and for the wisdom that we can gain from reading your word and seeing in the Bible all these amazing stories about friendship and what friendship looks like. Thank you for teaching us that friends encourage one another. And Jesus, help us all to find friends in our life who are going to encourage us when we're feeling lonely and remind us that we're not in it alone. We've got someone by our side. And Jesus, help us to be that friend to others. Help us to be creative in ways to encourage and show love for those around us, and to find those people who feel like they're alone so that we can step in and remind them that they're not on their own and that we're with them through whatever it is they're going through. In Jesus' name, everyone said together, amen. Awesome. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the vlog today and learned something new, maybe about friendship and what the Bible has to say about it. Thank you so much for hanging out with us and watching with us. Look who came to say hi.
Whoa. Do you want to keep doing the outro, Carly, and and she can sit with me.
So I hope you guys learned something new and enjoyed this vlog. Don't forget that the So and So show is now posted separately on Saturdays. So if you haven't watched that yet, you can head over after this video finishes to the So and So show and check that one out. And before we go, we've just got a few questions for you to take and have some discussions with your family or your friends, just to keep the conversation going about friendship and encouraging one another. So here are the questions. Number 1, when has someone encouraged you and what did they do?
Yep. Question 2, when have you encouraged someone and what did you do?
Flipped it around.
Yeah.
And third question, why is it sometimes hard or awkward to encourage others?
Yeah, it's a great one. What do you think, Meek? She doesn't know. But hopefully you guys have some good answers to those questions.
Yeah.
And hope you've enjoyed watching this today, watching our vlog, joining us for our Sunday vlog. And we hope to see you soon.
Yep. We will see you later.
Awesome.
Bye. Do we need to turn this stuff off?
Yeah. She's just like frozen. She's waiting for my hands.